And we're live on the Touchdowns and Tangents radio show. I'm Pete D. Camarillo.
And I'm Kenneth Frank James Berry.
And we have a really special show for you this week. Actually, on the line already with us is KGWN's, a.k.a. Wyoming's Channel 5, Anna Logan. She's a friend of the show, a fellow CSUN alumni, and a really smart sports journalist.
Yep, one of the most...
Thank you, Pete. Oh, I'll take that. Thank you.
So
what's up, guys?
So how's Wyoming today, Anna? Tell us LA folk what Wyoming is like.
You guys, if you don't like wind, which I don't know who in their right mind likes wind, don't move to Wyoming. That's all there is. Like, it could be a nice day, and then just the wind ruins it. So that's how Wyoming is, but
so you just have
getting by. It's good.
So I guess you don't need to get blowouts then, right? That's good.
Right, exactly.
I mean,
exactly, Pete.
Just always have a hair tie available because it's pretty much the wind's going to be disrespectful.
Oh, and Kenny, if you come on, your girl has some extensions, so those can't be showing. So I have to put a hair tie on it and walk around because you can't be all ratchet showing your clip-ins. You know what I'm saying? So I put a hair tie on that stuff. Don't worry.
All right, so while we're on the topic of Wyoming, since you've kind of been on the beat the past couple years, tell us about Josh Allen's pro day. How was that? What was the experience like? What do you remember about it the most now that it's a couple weeks away? Past.
It was awesome. It was my first pro day, so it was just great to kind of be there in the atmosphere. But honestly, what I noticed about Josh Allen is he was so relaxed. It was as if he was just kind of showing up to hang out. It was like he knew everyone was there to see him, but he was just super, super relaxed. And I think over the course of this past year with him kind of, garnering more attention and stuff, he's learned very quickly that he needs to kind of be calm. So I think he had a great pro day. I know you didn't really ask me this, but I don't even really think he needed to prove anything to anyone. I mean, what you see on film and what you see in games, that's Josh Allen. So it's not like he had to go out there and do anything really different. Yeah. If anything, the pressure was on the wide receivers to catch the fire that he throws. But I think he had a great day.
Someone dropped that last bomb he threw, right?
Yeah, he really had a 75-yard bomb, and I kept seeing drop after drop. I'm like, that's why Wyoming didn't beat Boise State.
Well, you know what's funny too is Craig Bowl was I by me, and I was like, "You see that drop?" And he was like, "Yeah, he's not making the spring roster." I was like, "Yes." He was like, "You don't make the spring roster if you don't catch Josh Allen's ball." So I was like, "Yes, Craig." But no, yeah, it was great. I was Snapchatting next to Troy Aikman and had no idea that Troy Aikman was standing next to me. So that was an eye opener. But yeah, great time.
So as far as pro day atmosphere and everything, and it just sports in general, how is the athletic scene in Wyoming as far as whether you covered high school, college? How's kind of the athletic scene out there?
It's very small town here. So, when you're obviously in LA, everything is about the Dodgers or the Angels or the Lakers or, all the LA teams and, surrounding LA area. But, in Wyoming and in Cheyenne, it's the high school next to you. I remember when my sports director first contacted me when I got the job, and he was like, "Yeah, you're going to be covering South, East, and Central." And I was like, "Are you giving me coordinates? What are you doing?" And he was like, "No, those are high schools." And so it's very small. And so you just go to local soccer games, football games, and as far as the university, University of Wyoming, that's about 45 minutes from me to give you some perspective. It's in Laramie.
Okay.
So, we go out to those games. Those are the biggest games, obviously, when it's the first home football game of the season. Oh, my God, Laramie is bleeding brown and gold. It's just everyone in brown and gold, which are obviously the colors out there. So it's cool because it's It's definitely like a hometown vibe out here.
So let me ask you this.
Sports out here.
Let me ask you this. What would Josh Allen, because a lot of people have him as high as number 1, as low as like the second round,
Mm-hmm.
but what would him going number 1 overall do for Wyoming football?
It's hard to even really explain because what he's already, let me just say this, what he's already done for this program is crazy. I mean, you have the national spotlight being put on this school every single day. I mean, you turn on ESPN, I hear Josh Allen's name maybe every 25, minutes or so, and then you see Wyoming colors. I mean, that's cool. Like, that's
for
sure. Town in Cheyenne, Wyoming doesn't get that. So if he goes number 1, to answer the question you actually asked me, if he goes number 1, I think it's just going to be huge. Like, I don't even have words for it. It's going to do so much for the program. It's already done so much for the program. Kids want to come here. And it's already generated tons of money for the school. I mean, they got a new workout facility, which is immaculate.
Dope.
It's beautiful. So it's already done a lot for the school. And if he goes number 1, man, I mean, just more recognition and more of a spotlight on Wyoming.
And with that, because it is a small, I mean, as far as state-wise, it has the small town feel pretty much everywhere. What's really like the nightlife and just downtime like in Wyoming?
Oh, man. Well, so
sell us on Wyoming.
So
make me believe in it.
Does like going to Target count? As like
you love Target.
No, dude. If it was a super Target, I mean, I'd be down. I'd be there every day. No, I mean,
it's like a mega Target.
Like so. I mean, we went to CSUN and we were like 15 minutes from like downtown LA, or an hour with traffic. But
yeah.
Going out was super fun there. And then it's like coming to Cheyenne.
You've already
honestly,
lived it.
So Laramie has bars out there. I've gone to one time because that's more of like a college feel. So they have bars and it was really fun.
Conflict of interest.
In Cheyenne, in Cheyenne, there's like 2 bars that people go to. If you want to include Old Chicago's as a bar, then there's 3.
Was that a
but it's like only a few bars, so it's different. It's just different. But honestly, it's allowed me to focus on what I love to do. I didn't move from LA to Wyoming to go to bars. And I know, it's just a question you're just asking me, but it's like I'm kind of thankful that there's like not too much to do. But I mean, yeah, lots of cowboys. Apparently there's even a bar close to Laramie that you can ride your horse up to and park your horse and
that's cool.
And go into the bar. So yeah, pretty different.
Is there like a rodeo type deal down there? I feel like there would be.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Rodeo
Cheyenne Frontier Days.
Have you covered one?
Yes. And it was grueling. It was absolutely grueling, just the hours that you work, because that's what this town lives for. I mean, yeah, they love their sports, and of course they love Josh Allen, but when Cheyenne Frontier Days comes around, some people go for the music, but people go for the bull riding, and people go for the saddle bronc, and it's impressive. It's not covered everywhere. Not everyone has a rodeo team. There's some serious athletes. My hat is off to those athletes, to the men and the women who do that, because you see someone riding a bull like 10 feet in front of you, and it's incredible. So those are some athletes out there.
All right. Well, my last question for you, because I know you have to go on air tonight. Like
yes.
you've talked to Josh Allen before, like you've interviewed him. Like what do you like the most about him, just as a person? Like what is his character like? What kind of person is he?
Well, the funniest thing too is people, now that he's getting all this attention, they're like, "Oh my God, you get to go see Josh Allen," and I'm like, "Dude, I'm like homies with him. Like I knew him when he was a freaking baby-faced assassin, okay? Like, I'm like, give me some respect here. Like, put some respect on it. No,
That's why it's good that he's coming up for you, too.
Yeah, exactly. So, no, he's honestly one of the nicest, I guess, like, players I've ever interviewed. He's a good kid, and I was even just thinking the other day with all this Johnny Manziel news, and he's getting back into it, and you know, I don't even think twice about Josh Allen because he's such a good kid. Like nothing, I just feel like he has such a good home life. He has a girlfriend he's been seeing for a while. Like he's super solid in his social life and outside that I don't see a problem for him. He's just nice. Like he's a nice kid and he loves football. Like the two things about him that I know for sure is he's a nice kid and he freaking loves that game. So it's cool. It's definitely cool to see someone like that. And I have all the respect for him in the world. And I know his coaches and a lot of people who come into contact with him have a lot of respect for him.
All right. Well, final thoughts on Wyoming football and Josh Allen?
Give a tangent between LA. Aren't you from Colorado?
Yeah. Wait. What? Am I from Colorado?
Yeah. Aren't you from Colorado?
Yeah. I was born in Tampa. If we want to get real technical, but I'm from Boulder. Yeah.
So out of all those cities,
those
what's the best? What's the best to live in?
And a special fact about Wyoming.
You guys, I don't know if I can answer. It's just so different. I mean, I love Boulder, and Denver's right across. It's so hard. It's so hard. I don't know.
All right.
Pass. Phone a friend.
All right.
Tweet it out.
All right. So where can people keep up with you? What's your social channels? Go ahead and give yourself a self plug.
Yes, the plug. I'm on Twitter at Anna Ray Logan, RAE is Ray, 2 N's in Anna. And then on IG, on Instagram, I think I still have it as official Anna Logan.
All right. Well, thank you
that's where I'm at.
Thank you for joining us and have a good show tonight and keep up the great work. We're really proud of you and we thank you for coming on the air with us.
Yep, keep eating Doritos.
It was like old times, you guys. Old times. Thanks so much for having me. Thank you so much, guys.
All right, take it easy. All right, well, that was the Touchdowns and Tangents radio show. That was our special guest. She's a friend of the show.
Last one to pass.
KGWN. And yeah, man, just to give you a little bit of context, man, way back in the day, it was the three of us. We did a Super Bowl podcast in the Sundial newsroom. Shout out to CSUN. And yeah, so now it's just great to see her doing her thing.
That Broncos game, I'll never forget it.
And here we are just trying to do our own thing. So everyone's just out here eating. Yeah, man, so apologies for, kind of skipping the intro and messing up the format a little bit. We had to get that hood Chinese in, which kept us a little bit late.
Oh, I regret that teriyaki chicken. It was not, I don't think it was teriyaki chicken. I think it was just not chicken.
And of course, we had to get Anna on because she's about to go on the air in like 30 minutes. So she really had to squeeze us in. So we really appreciate her for that. We had to get the one-on-one on Josh Allen, Pro Day, all that stuff. So, yeah, this is Touchdowns and Tangents Radio on the Good News radio station and mobile app.
And if you didn't know anything about the state of Wyoming, now you do. Now you know what bars to go to.
And that's the whole concept of this show, man. We try to give you 60% football nerdery and insight and like 40% topical tangents.
Yeah.
The idea is hopefully you can learn something. Hopefully you can act a little bit better and, think. If you don't listen to any other sports talk radio or sports podcast, this is the one that will get you right, of both giving you stuff you can talk about at the water cooler, as well as hot takes, as well as insightful stuff from a minority perspective that you're not going to hear anywhere else. So,
yeah, and you're pretty much going to be able to go in any room, and even if you don't know anything about sports, you can just drop in a random fact, and now you're the person that everyone goes to. So that works too.